teaching, which I think is another great opportunity for staff to get more involved in the research process and teaching students, which a lot of times is the reason that folks work on a university campus. So with that, I will say thank you, and I look forward to the discussion, and I'll turn it over to the next person.
Thank you.
I believe that's me. Good morning, very early morning, everybody. I'm Patricia Carvajales-Dale, and I'm representing the Clemson Center for Geospatial Technologies. Go Tigers. I know David have family that came to Clemson, so we're not that much rivals, right? I think our center is a little bit different. It's a partnership between IT and libraries. And, previously before coming to Clemson, I worked fully as a geospatial manager in a library setting. And I have to say, I really see some benefits having this strategic partnership between IT and the libraries. The mission is very similar from our center to what you heard before. But what I think it makes it different is if you look at the words innovation and enabling next generation, we got funded, we started the center in 2015. And what was very clear for us, as we didn't have a geography department or a GIS program, is that we wanted to be not ahead of the technology, but see where things were going to bring, what is the state of the art, what are the latest things coming into geospatial, and then spread it across the campus and then enable that next generation. So from the very beginning, we focus on, of course, data, but also equipment, infrastructure, and applications. And so from that, we were very fortunate that we had higher support from the administration to buy equipment that we thought will make truly a difference. That equipment early on was mainly drones and LiDAR equipment, which is really paying off because right now, pretty much all the STEM are coming like, do you have LiDAR? Can I get LiDAR? Very hot topics that we have right now with carbon sequestration, fire prevention, agricultural and forest management. So it's a very hot topic at the moment because of the focus of NSF, and it was very nice that we were able to shift into getting that equipment, which makes sense if you think about it as a libraries. We tend to have all these data services, but we also have a circulation desk when we can check out equipment. Why not check out GIS equipment and have that centralized for the entire campus? So we started with that, and then we evolved to, it would be nice to have 3D printing just for GIS purposes. It would be nice to have VR equipment just for GIS purposes. So that grew into a model that also had to become self-sustained. So we had free services that are very common to the rest of the campus, like 2 lectures per semester for free, consultations once they take a basic workshop, but then we can expand that to a higher model so we can collaborate in grants. And we call it a concierge model because it's very interesting. The faculty, the teams will really tell us what they need. So if they need a co-PI with geospatial expertise, that's what we will be. But if they want really more senior personnel, so we come in that capacity. Some grants might need just help finding data, and that's kind of where we come in as well. So we're very flexible. We try to see where things are going and bring that to the campus, but at the same time, it goes both ways because they tell us in which capacity we help or partner with them. Next slide. So our goal is really to be a catalyst for a lot of services across the campus. A lot of them are very similar to what you've seen before, but we try to, we have, I believe, and I'm not trying to brag or anything, but we have a mature model where we can look into, how we build that pyramid of support where we end up, really helping and being a very active role on grant funding or, helping out the state. David knows about this. I'm very passionate right now about helping the historical Black and community colleges. They are asking for GIS support and GIS training. And it's just a little bit difficult as, one center to try to support the entire state, but that's kind of where we are right now. Next slide. And so early on, we got a lot of support from the university. Our goal at a very basic level is to increase geospatial literacy. And next. And so the first tier that we have is to looking at supporting faculty, staff, and students. COVID has been, both a curse and also a blessing, because we really have this hybrid model that after 2 years, I think is going to stay, where we can, it really didn't hinder our capacity, it augmented it, because we're able to support students, researchers that might not be in campus, which it was the challenges before. Next. We're also able to provide, as the research services that are very common, data and software, but also equipment, as I mentioned before. And our third tier, if you click next, will be, looking at instruction, research, lots of outreach operations. We just got somebody from Montana State who just got funding to start a geospatial center, and they want to see the model that we have and how to make it successful. So we do services like that when we help other universities build up their geospatial support. We're also really starting to boom on the operational side of GIS, and that's something that is kind of unique, but if you think about it, it makes a lot of sense. The university is spending a lot of money, time, resources, and into creating a very high advanced geospatial team. Why not put not that entire resource, not just for instruction and research, but also to run the campus more efficiently? So if we are able to manage it well, why not, we have drones that are not flying all the time, or lighter equipment. Why can we not bring that to the operational side, and then we make it more sustainable long-term? So those are some of the things that we are exploring. And so one of the things I want to finish with this, because I think it's important how we look at our services. We got a lot of support from, the libraries and our CIO, but we also got tremendous support from the faculty from the get-go. At the end of the day, those students are really at the core of our services, and I'll show you a couple of examples. So we have internships where the students will be able to come and help with a lot of the services that we do. This is very critical also when we don't have a GIS department per se, or geography department, to be able to provide those internships and that apply knowledge that they get through their courses. Next. We also created a student group, and I know it's kind of weird, but we felt like we needed to build this community. We needed to support a student group. It's called Clemson Mappers. If any of you are familiar with the Youth Mappers Association created by Patricia, this is a chapter that started from there, but we really it has the center behind the scenes, kind of making it sustainable, supporting it, giving internships, giving equipment, doing workshops, technical support. So we kind of enable the students run the association, but it's nice that in terms of sustainability has staff that are consistent and reliable behind the scenes supporting the student group. And I think that's also been very, very successful. We also give certificates. So a lot of the students will need to, they know they're going to go out in the world, and they need some proof that they know GIS or have some experience. So we just simply create like a certificate of attendance that they attend. They have used it very heavily for jobs, for internships, for research purposes, for the works, and that has been very successful. We're very careful to name it a certificate of attendance so we don't get in trouble with the colleges or anybody else that might have an issue with that. And last but not least, we created this program called Geo Ambassador Program, where we realized that we are not the only ones teaching all these specialized workshops or class lectures across campus. We invite students to teach. So if a student has worked very profoundly on like historic preservation for their thesis, this is one of our ambassadors, and wants to share that beyond their department, becomes part of the Geo Ambassador Program. We help with advertisement, providing a space. We can review their materials, and then they get the experience to teach, which is great for the student to put in their resume, but also is great for the community, because then they get exposed to that kind of expertise in GIS. And that's all I have. I'm looking forward to the rest of the panel. Thank you.